Today is the historical day. For the first time in my life I tried professional watercolors, and I want to share with you my impressions. Let's review pigments and then paint something to test them in field. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Anastasia and I am a watercolor enthusiast. Let's find out if professional pigments worth their price. I bought 29 colors from Daniel Smith. Daniel Smith is a well-known manufacturer of watercolor paints and art supplies. It is famous for producing high-quality watercolor paints that are popular among artists for their vibrancy and light fastness. The company was founded in 1976 by Daniel Smith, an artist dedicated to creating superior art materials. It's headquartered in Seattle, Washington. Some key aspects of Daniel Smith watercolors and their products include wide range of colors. Daniel Smith offers a wide range of watercolor pigments, including traditional colors, specialty colors, and a variety of unique hues. They are known for their extensive selection, which allows artists to experiment with a diverse palette. High-quality pigments. Daniel Smith is recognized for using high-quality pigments in their watercolor paints. Their pigments are sourced globally and are selected for their light fastness, permanence, and color vibrancy. Innovative formulas. The company has developed some unique watercolor formulas, such as their extra fine watercolors and PIGMETS watercolors. The PIGMETS line includes colors made from genuine materials, providing artists with unusual and distinctive pigments. Tube and pen options. Daniel Smith watercolors are available in both tube and pen, half pen, and full pen forms, providing artists with flexibility in choosing their preferred format. Artist support. The company is known for engaging with the artistic community and providing resources for artists, including workshops, tutorials, and information on watercolor techniques. Environmental responsibility. Daniel Smith has shown a commitment to environmental responsibility. They have made efforts to reduce their environmental impact and have introduced eco-friendly packaging for some of their products. Couple of words about the history of Daniel Smith manufacture. About 35 years ago, John Cogley, CEO of Daniel Smith, joined Daniel Smith's company, founded in 1976, after selling Daniel's motorcycle and buying with the proceeds a triple roll mill. When Daniel, a young artist, moved to Seattle, he found a joy among printmakers collaborating on exhibitions. To support his career, Daniel worked at a commercial printer, but industrial inks were neither light-fast nor slow-drying enough for printmaking techniques, and so he sold his motorcycle and became a legend, missing the mechanical part of his life. After selling to John, Daniel moved to South Dakota, building cars from scratch while staying friends with John. And yeah, John calls him affectionately a friend and mentor. What makes both those colormen somewhat original is they consider themselves working in a pigment company that makes paint. Their bold contribution to the market was a daring approach to pigments. While others stuck with traditional ones, Daniel Smith explored new pigments, even testing with the automotive industry. They sent mineralogists to journeys to remote locations to ensure a stable pigment supply. Consistency became an obsession after sourcing, testing, and producing. Sometimes they overstocked to ensure pigment availability, even with synthetic ones. For instance, when the car industry stopped monochrome gold vehicles, John bought the remaining pigment stock. Daniel Smith's watercolor range, over 240 colors, is globally recognized. Acrylics and oils also feature luminescent and PIGMETS rare mineral pigments. All paint is made on-site, including the meticulous process of crushing, breaking, and rolling minerals like lapis lazuli sourced from various places. Quite a journey from Minnesota, Utah, Alaska, Texas, Afghanistan, or Brazil. So, what does Daniel Smith bring to your palette? Well, they offer the largest range of quinacridons around, delivering vibrant pinks, ochres, golds, and purples that are both potent and luminous. Those colors are easily lifted when wet, and honestly, what's not to love? They're perfect and simply yummy. They also bring 4 types of luminescent pigments: iridescence, pearlescence, interferences, and duochromes. The iridescents offer metallic shades from jade to garnet, gold to sapphire, and more. Pearlescents, only 2, white and shimmer, are transparent but add a lovely opalescent sheen. Interferences, 7 shades, are transparent pigments with a flip effect, refracting light differently based on background and light conditions. Duochromes, almost 20, bounce between 2 colors, adding a mysterious touch. Then there are the PIGMETS mineral pigments, which are delightful in watercolors. With romantic names like zoisite and diopposite, those pigments create a unique effect due to granulation separating into clusters reminiscent of marbling. Some, like amethyst, even sparkle without the metallic look. The Mayan blue genuine, created from ancient Mayan knowledge, is a fascinating addition. The whole story of reinventing this pigment is this. The Mayans invented the pigment long ago, but the secret of its manufacturing disappeared with the civilization. They mix this organic indigo with an inorganic polygorsky clay. The clay absorbs the indigo, you heat the compound, and here you are, Mayan blue. And it's light fast too. The best part? None of those pigments from any range are toxic. John ensures the safety of his stuff by avoiding dangerous pigments, even excluding cadmiums. Oh my god, do you see what I see? Perylene green looks like a misty forest to me. I know what I want to paint. I believe I need only 2 pigments. Indigo for the heavy sky and maybe mountains, and perylene green for the foggy forest. And maybe some white gouache to add some snow. It's winter time. Okay, sounds like a plan. Speaking of my impressions after the first look at Daniel Smith watercolors, I was really impressed how nicely they spread on paper. The colors are bright and super transparent. I'm delighted. I can't wait to use them. So no time to waste, let's get our hands dirty. I want to draw a simple landscape, so I'm going to start with the first layer wet on wet for the whole paper. Since I planned a big wash, I'm taping my paper to make it a bit flatter once it dries. I'm using a special tape suitable for watercolor paper. Do not use masking tape. Its usage is fraught with incidents. While removing it, you can remove a part of watercolor paper, especially if you're using not 100% cotton paper. I prepared the whole sheet and now I'm using indigo pigment to draw the clouds. Just look how pigment spreads on paper. It's so beautiful. And it's also because I'm using 100% cotton paper. The links to all supplies shown in this video I will leave in the video description. I need to mention here that all products named in this video are things of personal choice and are not presented by paid advertisement. Let's add some perylene green at the bottom to mention the area which will be covered with the forest. And now here's the trick. I'm turning my paper vertically to make gravity help my pigment spread even more. Oh my god, what happened? The paint has almost disappeared. I need to add more. Okay, looks good to me. Let's give this layer some time to dry. For me it will take about 30 minutes to have it dry. As I said in my previous video, to which I leave a link in the prompt above, everything dries extremely quickly at my place, so for you it may take 2 hours or more to dry completely. And for me it's a tea time. Okay, our first layer is completely dry, so we can start adding some definitions to our painting. I'm talking about mountains. I'm painting them using wet on dry technique, which means I paint with the wet brush on dry paper. I'm making it very light using indigo color, and in the future layer I will have a chance to add more vibrancy. Then I'm adding more perylene green to our future forest using locally wet on wet technique. I didn't want to have a harsh lines between the underpainting of the forest and the rest of the picture, so I'm blending pigment with clear water and softening edges to have smooth color transitions. A few more drops of clear water here and there. And now it's time to add some trees. The trick here to make a foggy look is to prevent the bottom part of the future tree and keep the top part dry, so the pigment will spread only in the bottom of the tree, making the illusion of a fog. I'm starting with the light blend of perylene green for the trees which should be far away, and those which are closer to the viewer are much more saturated. Let's add a bit more vibrancy to the fog. And I think the mountains are too blue. I want to make them a bit greenish so they differ by color from the sky. Well, we can stop here, but it's winter time. I want to add the first snow in the mountains. To do so, I need some white gouache. It's not a good idea to use white watercolor for parts of painting which should look bright white, because once dried, white watercolor will be half transparent and hardly visible. I want the snow to stand out, so I'm using white gouache. Since we have a landscape on a quite big scale, I want my snowflakes to be very small. To achieve this, I'm using my old toothbrush. Works like a charm. But here stands a risk of big drops of watery paint falling from fingers. And of course it happened to me. But no panic, it's a light landscape, so I can take my big, damp, clear brush and just take unnecessary paint out of the paper. And no one will know. So do not be ashamed if you're making mistakes. There is a good chance that you can fix them. The only accident which is not fixable is overworked paper. And to not let it happen, you need to plan your layers carefully. It comes with experience. For me, it hasn't come yet. On this lyric note, the painting is done. What I can say? Using professional watercolors with pure cotton paper brings extra joy for your painting process. It definitely worth money spent on these supplies. Absolutely no regrets for spending a fortune for professional pigments. Only happiness from my side. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section down below, and see you in the next videos. Bye!